Think winter gardening is impossible? Most people quit by November, but that's exactly when the toughest vegetables come alive. With the right varieties and a bit of mulch or snow cover, these cold hardy crops can survive -30 degrees Fahrenheit and keep producing when everything else is frozen solid. Today we are going over 15 veggies that don't just survive winter, they thrive in it, giving you fresh food, real nutrition, and true food security even in the harshest climates. Let's get into it. Kale earns its reputation as the king of winter greens because it can survive temperatures most vegetables would collapse under. Hardy varieties like Siberian and Red Russian are not just tough, they actually improve in quality as temperatures drop. Frost triggers the plant to convert starches into natural sugars, giving the leaves a sweeter, smoother flavor that you'll never get from summer kale. When mulched or lightly covered, these varieties can push through temperatures down to -20 degrees Fahrenheit and even survive dips near -30 degrees Fahrenheit. The plants keep producing all winter long as you harvest the outer leaves and leave the central growing point intact. This steady leaf-by-leaf harvest makes kale one of the most reliable producers in extreme cold climates. Even heavy snow will not kill a mature plant. Often you can dig right through the snow and still find perfectly crisp leaves waiting for you. For gardeners in northern zones who want guaranteed greens through the harshest months, kale is almost unbeatable. Its resilience, productivity, and improved winter flavor make spinach is one of the smartest vegetables you can grow for true cold weather food security. Spinach is one of the very few leafy greens that does not just tolerate extreme cold, it continues growing through it, even if slowly. When protected with a cold frame, low tunnel, thick mulch, or even just snow cover, spinach can survive temperatures down to -25 degrees Fahrenheit and occasionally as low as -30 degrees Fahrenheit. The plant's natural response to freezing weather is to convert starches into sugars to protect itself, which is why winter spinach tastes noticeably sweeter, richer, and more tender than anything grown in warmer seasons. Harvest the outer leaves as needed and leave the center intact. This encourages continual regrowth throughout winter and early spring. Many northern gardeners plant spinach in fall, harvest it all winter, and still get massive growth in March and April when sunlight returns. Spinach is also remarkably disease-free in winter because most pests are inactive, giving you clean, healthy leaves with almost no maintenance. For gardeners facing brutal winters who still want nutrient-dense greens, spinach is one of the most dependable and rewarding crops you can grow. It thrives when most others fail, making it a true winter staple. Carrots transform completely when grown through winter. As temperatures drop, the roots respond by converting starch into sugar, nature's own antifreeze, resulting in unbelievably sweet, crisp carrots that taste better than anything harvested in summer. Plant them in fall and allow them to size up before winter arrives. Once the soil temperature drops, add a thick layer of straw, leaves, or mulch to insulate the ground. This natural blanket keeps the soil soft enough to dig into even during sub-zero weather. Carrots stored in the ground this way remain perfectly preserved through freezes of -20 degrees Fahrenheit to -30 degrees Fahrenheit, especially when snow provides additional insulation. You simply pull back the mulch, harvest what you need, then cover the bed again. The roots stay fresh, crunchy, and protected from rot or dehydration. Many gardeners in extremely cold climates rely on this method as their winter root cellar directly in the garden. Whether you are growing classic orange varieties or cold-tolerant types like Napoli or Bolero, carrots are one of the simplest and most rewarding winter crops. Their flavor peaks in freezing conditions, making winter-grown carrots a true cold season delicacy. Number 4. Beets. Beets are far more cold-hardy than most gardeners realize. While the leafy tops may die back when temperatures plunge, the roots themselves remain perfectly preserved underground even during extreme cold. When covered with a thick layer of mulch, hardy varieties like Detroit Dark Red and Winter Keeper can overwinter in climates that reach -20 degrees Fahrenheit to -30 degrees Fahrenheit. The soil acts as a natural refrigerator, keeping the roots firm, sweet, and ready to harvest well into winter. In fact, beets often taste better after repeated freezes because the plant increases its sugar content as a natural defense against the cold. You can harvest them selectively by pulling back mulch and digging up only the roots you need. The rest remains safely stored in the soil with no effort on your part. For gardeners who want reliable winter root crops without needing indoor storage or root cellars, beets are an excellent choice. Their ability to withstand severe cold. Leeks, paired with their versatility in cooking, are a valuable staple for winter food production in northern regions. Leeks are true winter warriors, capable of standing tall through snow, ice, and harsh winds. Cold, hardy varieties like Blue Soleils and Giant Musselburgh are especially known for their ability to survive extreme cold with only minimal protection. Their long, sturdy stalks become even sweeter as temperatures drop, since the cold encourages the plant to convert starches into sugars, much like carrots and spinach. Unlike many vegetables that must be harvested before the deep freeze, leeks can remain in the ground all winter and be harvested fresh whenever you need them. Simply mulch around the base to prevent the soil from freezing too solid, and you will have a steady supply of flavorful stalks even in sub-zero weather. Leeks are a long-season crop, but their winter durability makes them worth the wait. They are excellent for soups, roasts, and winter stews, and their flavor becomes richer in cold conditions. For gardeners who want a dependable, hardy vegetable that will carry them through the darkest months of the year, leeks are one of the most reliable and rewarding winter crops you can grow. Collard greens are one of the toughest winter greens you can grow, often rivaling kale in sheer cold resistance. These broad, smooth leaves can survive temperatures down to -20 degrees Fahrenheit, and even colder when given a simple layer of mulch, straw, or snow cover. In fact, collards become noticeably sweeter and milder after frost, as the cold triggers the plant to increase sugars in its leaves. When planted in fall, collards often hold their leaves well into winter in northern climates and resume vigorous growth the moment warmer days return in early spring. Harvesting them could not be easier. Simply pick the lower leaves first, and the plant continues producing fresh growth from the center. Collards can grow quite tall and robust, forming a hardy winter pillar in the garden that resists snow and wind better than most greens. They are also extremely nutritious, loaded with vitamins A, C, and K, making them an essential winter staple for long-term food security. Whether cooked low and slow or eaten young and tender, collards are one of the most dependable cold weather crops you can plant. Brussels sprouts are almost purpose-built for winter conditions. They actually improve after frost, becoming sweeter, firmer, and more flavorful as temperatures drop. The cold triggers natural sugars to rise in the sprouts, giving homegrown Brussels sprouts a taste far superior to store-bought versions. Hardy varieties can withstand temperatures well below zero, and with a generous layer of mulch or a blanket of snow, the plants can push through extreme cold spells that would kill many other crops. Brussels sprouts grow up a thick central stalk, producing dozens of miniature cabbage-like buds along the stem. For best results, harvest from the bottom up, allowing the plant to keep producing new sprouts toward the top. Even if the leaves suffer frost damage, the sprouts themselves remain protected and edible. With proper care, Brussels sprouts become a long-lasting winter crop that provides steady harvest deep into the cold season. Their unique ability to thrive in cold weather makes them a top choice for gardeners aiming to maximize winter food production. Winter cabbage varieties, especially January King, Savoy, and Danish types, are remarkably cold tolerant. They can withstand temperatures near -20 degrees Fahrenheit and often survive even colder spells when mulched heavily. These tough, compact heads are built for durability, making them a favorite among homesteaders and northern gardeners for centuries. A fully mature cabbage can sit in the garden throughout much of winter without losing quality, and some gardeners simply harvest them as needed rather than storing them indoors. Even after freezing solid, cabbage heads thaw beautifully and remain crisp, sweet, and usable. The tightly layered leaves act as natural insulation, protecting the core from damage. Additionally, cabbage stores extremely well after harvest, keeping for months in cool indoor conditions. Their versatility in the kitchen, from soups and stir-fries to sauerkraut and coleslaw, makes them one of the most valuable winter staples you can grow. Hardy, dependable, and long-lasting, winter cabbage is a cornerstone crop for any cold climate survival garden. Turnips are one of the most underrated winter crops, thriving in cold conditions that stop other vegetables in their tracks. These fast-growing roots mature quickly in fall, and even after the leafy tops die back during harsh weather, the roots remain perfectly preserved underground. With a thick mulch layer or natural snow cover, turnips can survive temperatures approaching -30 degrees Fahrenheit, staying crisp, sweet, and ready to harvest whenever you need them. The roots store exceptionally well right in the soil, essentially giving you a built-in root cellar. Turnip greens also tolerate frost extremely well earlier in the season, providing nutritious leafy harvest before deep winter sets in. Varieties like Purple Top White Globe are especially cold-hardy and reliable in northern climates. Turnips are low-maintenance, productive, and versatile. The roots can be roasted, mashed, or added to soups, while the greens offer vitamins and minerals when fresh produce is scarce. For gardeners seeking dependable winter storage crops, turnips are a simple and effective choice. Rutabagas take cold hardiness to the next level, surpassing even turnips in their ability to endure brutal winter temperatures. These large, golden-fleshed roots are deeply rooted, which gives them excellent insulation against freezing soil. Many cold climate gardeners rely on rutabagas as a winter staple because they can overwinter under mulch, straw, or natural snow cover in temperatures that drop close to -30 degrees Fahrenheit. Like many root crops, rutabagas become sweeter and milder after multiple frosts. The cold triggers natural sugars to rise, producing a rich, buttery flavor that is far superior to store-bought versions. Their tops may die back in midwinter, but the roots stay firm and perfectly preserved underground. Rutabagas store exceptionally well both in-ground and indoors, making them a long-term food security crop. Their dense, nutritious flesh works beautifully in stews, mashes, roasts, and traditional cold-weather dishes. For northern gardeners wanting a reliable root vegetable that can handle severe winters, rutabagas are an essential addition. Machi is one of the most cold-tolerant greens known to gardeners, capable of surviving temperatures down to -30 degrees Fahrenheit without any protection. This remarkable resilience makes mache a winter gardening superstar, especially in regions where other greens fail. The plant forms small rosettes of tender spoon-shaped leaves with a mild nutty flavor, often compared to butterhead lettuce but with a richer texture. Unlike many leafy greens, mache grows exceptionally well in low light and short day conditions, continuing to develop slowly even through midwinter. That means you can harvest fresh salad greens when nearly everything else is dormant. Machi is also incredibly easy to grow. Simply broadcast seeds or plant in shallow rows, and the plants will establish themselves even as temperatures fall. It is naturally resistant to pests and diseases during winter, requiring almost no maintenance. For survival gardeners, homesteaders, or anyone wanting gourmet quality greens during harsh weather, machi is an absolute must. Its combination of flavor, nutrition, and cold endurance is unmatched. Claytonia, also known as miner's lettuce, is one of the most reliable and effortless winter greens you can grow. Claytonia thrives in cold temperatures, low light, and partial shade, conditions that cause most vegetables to shut down completely. Claytonia naturally grows in winter and early spring, making it ideal for winter survival gardening. It survives extreme lows with ease and can handle temperatures approaching -30 degrees Fahrenheit with snow cover or mulch. The plant produces tender, succulent leaves shaped like little lily pads, along with mild, crunchy stems that are packed with vitamin C and other nutrients. Historically, miners ate this plant to prevent scurvy during long winters, which speaks to its nutritional value. Claytonia self-seeds readily, often returning year after year without needing to be replanted. Once established, you can harvest handfuls of fresh leaves throughout winter by cutting small clusters or picking individual leaves. For a nearly maintenance-free winter green that thrives where others fail, miner's lettuce is a top-tier choice. Parsnips are one of the most flavorful and cold-tolerant root crops you can grow, often improving dramatically after experiencing deep freezes. They don't just endure cold, they require it. Parsnips develop their full sweetness. Temperatures around -20 degrees Fahrenheit to -30 degrees Fahrenheit help transform their starchy root into a sweet, nutty, richly flavored vegetable that tastes better than anything you will find in stores. Snowpack, mulch, and frozen soil act as natural storage, allowing parsnips to remain perfectly preserved underground all winter long. You simply dig them up whenever you need a harvest. In many cold regions, gardeners plant parsnips in early fall and harvest them from late fall through early spring. Their ability to stay fresh underground without rotting or turning woody makes them an ideal survival crop. Parsnips shine in soups, roasts, mashes, and stews, offering hearty winter nutrition and long-term reliability. Austrian winter peas are bred specifically for cold weather survival. These hardy legumes can withstand extremely low temperatures and continue growing during early spring conditions when most crops are still dormant. While the plants may not produce full pods in midwinter, the greens, tendrils, and young shoots remain edible, tender, and delicious, providing nutritious fresh food during the coldest months. With a layer of mulch or snow cover, winter peas can survive harsh freezes well below zero. In the early spring, as daylight increases, the plants surge with growth and begin producing pods heavily. Their dual-purpose nature, edible greens in winter and pods in spring, makes them highly valuable for cold climate gardeners. As a bonus, peas are nitrogen fixers, meaning they naturally enrich your soil for future crops. For winter gardens needing a hardy, nutrient-dense plant that contributes to long-term soil health, Austrian winter peas are a standout choice. Garlic is one of the most dependable and rewarding winter-planted crops you can grow. Not only is it cold hardy, it absolutely requires winter chill to form proper bulbs. Planting garlic in fall allows each clove to develop strong roots before the ground freezes. Throughout winter, garlic rests beneath the soil, insulated by mulch or snow, easily surviving temperatures down to -30 degrees Fahrenheit. In spring, it begins rapid growth, eventually producing large, flavorful bulbs by early summer. Hardneck varieties perform especially well in cold climates and offer richer, more complex flavors, as well as scapes, a tasty bonus harvest. Garlic thrives with very little maintenance once planted, making it a favorite among northern gardeners. Its ability to store for months after harvest makes it a cornerstone of long-term food security. For reliability, productivity, and resilience in harsh climates, garlic is truly one of the best crops you can plant before winter. If this helped you, tap subscribe. Your future harvests will thank you.